We'll be starting the event in 1 minute. But before we begin, let's hear a few words of well-appreciated encouragement from the always eloquent Urahime Iori.
Well, yes.
Although during this event some degree of injury will be unavoidable, you should, help each other out or something, if you can.
Okay, sorry, time's up.
Oh, cultural teacher, I wasn't done.
Now let the Sister School Exchange event begin!
You should respect your seniors.
Ichiro! So stupid.
What's up, fam? Senpai here, and last time Yuji finally reunited with his friends, surprise style. The moment was so wholesome, especially seeing Nobra's reaction. But now it's officially game time. The Kyoto Goodwill event has begun. And guess what? The Kyoto team's already planning to take Yuji out. Like, literally kill him during the event. That's cold. I'm expecting some big one-on-one battles, surprise power reveals, and lots of rival tension. Let's see who throws the first punch.
Where did Toto go?
How the hell should I know? I'm not his babysitter.
Can't we all just get along?
Where do you think the cursed spirit boss is?
It was probably unleashed at the midpoint between the two groups, but we can't expect it to stand still.
At the prearranged time, we'll all split into the Megami squad and the Panda squad. After that, it's on you. Got it, Yuji?
Got it!
Just small fry. Shut it! Stop running! Yeah, you're all together. Now come at me, all at once!
Scatter!
I wonder why Toto was alone.
I'm not too sure, but we were right to give Yuji that job. He's the monster. That much is for sure.
Yep, but don't worry about him now. Tuna.
Toto will definitely be out to crush us right away. And Mai just might follow him in order to get to me. Toto is a monster. The worst possible outcome would be that we all face him and we all get wiped out. So our plan was to leave one of us, not sure who, either Panda or Megami behind to deal with him. So now, Itadori, we'll leave that role to you. We can't afford to lose any of our better scouts. You don't have to beat him. Just try to hold out and buy us some time.
I say be daring against him. To be blunt, we weren't counting on your abilities anyway, so it won't matter too much if you have to quit.
Oh, thanks a lot!
I'm sorry, Megumi. I know. You wanted to take on Toto.
The competition officially began with a burst of energy. Both teams, Tokyo and Kyoto, dashed forward, each trying to gain an early advantage in the thick, ominous forest. The Tokyo team, led by their captain, quickly navigated through the dense trees and underbrush. It wasn't long before they encountered a curse, a dark, ominous force that had taken root in the forest. The Tokyo captain, determined to exorcise it, prepared to make the first move. However, just as he was about to perform the exorcism, Toto suddenly appeared out of nowhere. His arrival was nothing short of dramatic. With a roar, he challenged the entire group, daring them to fight him. Yuji, always eager to prove himself, immediately sprang into action, charging toward Toto without hesitation. Without any warning, Yuji leapt forward and delivered a knee to Toto, hoping to catch him off guard. Meanwhile, the rest of the students from the Tokyo team, recognizing the situation for what it was, quickly split into two groups. One group would handle the curse that the captain had detected, while the other would remain behind to deal with Toto. They left the responsibility of dealing with Toto to Yuji, trusting that he could handle the challenge. In reality, this had been the plan all along. The team had strategically decided that Yuji would face Toto, a formidable opponent they had deemed a monster in his own right. The rest of the team would focus on their mission of exorcising the other curses lurking in the forest. Todo, on the other hand, was a different kind of challenge altogether, a powerful adversary that would test Yuji's skills to the limit.
No, I'm fine. Either way, you're super low-key.
I'll play along, if you want me to.
Hmm.
And I'll win, too.
At least your speed's decent.
Seriously? I thought I landed a good one.
So I'll return the favor. Act like your life's at stake.
My arms still attached? I thought it got blown off. If that cursed spirit hadn't gotten in the way, that would have been really bad.
All done, huh? I wonder which one I should go after now. Man, are you for real?
What gives you the right to just stomp all over my head like that? What if you made me even dumber than I already was?
Don't worry about that. Takata says men are perfect when they're a little bit dumb. And I have a feeling she's right.
Takata? I don't care about any idols.
Really? So you don't care about idols, huh? Well, I bet you know who she is. What's your name, first year?
Yuji Itadori.
All right, Yuji Itadori, I have one question that I need to ask you. What kind of woman is your type?
Huh? You want to know my type? Why would you be asking me that now?
Never mind why. I'm just evaluating you.
Well, I don't get why it's important, but I guess if I had to say...
Todo wasted no time, and without warning, he flew toward Yuji, landing a punch that sent shockwaves through the air. The blow was so powerful that it pierced through the curse Yuji had been trying to subdue, sending him flying through the air, crashing into a tree with a sickening thud. Yuji was dazed, his body battered and bruised from the sheer force of the attack. His face paled as he struggled to regain his bearings. The punch had been so strong that Yuji wondered if he would have survived if not for the curse he had just exorcised. Yuji's thoughts raced as he tried to recover from the impact. His mind was clouded, but one thought stood out. If that curse hadn't been there to absorb the blow, he might not have made it out alive. It was a sobering thought, but he pushed it aside as he focused on the task at hand. Todo wasn't done with him yet. Todo, relentless as ever, continued to press the attack. He didn't give Yuji a moment's respite. Punch after punch landed, each one targeting Yuji's head with brutal precision. The blows were savage, calculated, and unforgiving. It seemed as though Yuji had no chance to recover, and the others from the Tokyo team watched in silent horror, unsure of what would happen next. Just when it seemed like Yuji was finished, he managed to gather enough strength to rise to his feet. His head was spinning, his vision blurred, but he wasn't going to let Todo have the satisfaction of seeing him go down so easily. With a grunt, Yuji staggered to his feet, shaking his head to clear the fog. He cursed Todo, furious at the relentless assault. "Is that all you've got, Todo?" Yuji shouted, his voice...
I like a tall woman with a nice big ass, just saying. Like Jennifer Lawrence. You know what? This new series is pretty good.
Yeah?
I'm gonna tell Takata I love her.
Huh? No, don't do that. Then you'd be crying on my shoulder for days, and that would suck.
Why are you assuming I'll get rejected?
An even better question is, why do you think she'll say yes to you?
I remember something that Anne Sullivan said at one point to Helen Keller. She asked her, what fool thinks of defeat before even trying? So...
that was Inoki?
I'm really sorry, but I'm already in love with someone.
Any chance that the someone she loves is me?
Nope, no chance at all, man. Come on, let's go get some ramen. My treat. What do you say, bud?
So you never lost anyone in your hometown, huh? You and I were destined to be best friends like we are.
Hold on, you just learned my name!
Yeah, keep heading the way you are. He's with Toto, though.
Not a problem. He was the one who told us to do what we want.
New Shadow Style, Simple Domain. Quick Draw!
Voice hoarse from the pain. Hitting me in the head like this. What if I end up brain dead? Toto, intrigued by Yuji's defiant spirit, let out a hearty laugh. He was enjoying himself far too much. Yuji, despite his injuries, was still standing, still challenging him. It was exactly what Toto wanted, a worthy adversary. As he watched Yuji recover, Toto's curiosity got the better of him. He wanted to know more about Yuji, and so, he asked a question that seemed out of place in the middle of a battle. What's your type, Yuji? What kind of woman do you like? Toto asked with a mischievous grin. Yuji, clearly taken aback by the question, didn't quite know how to respond. He thought the question was strange, especially given the circumstances, but he didn't hesitate to answer. I like tall women with big hips, Yuji replied, a little flustered. Kind of like Jennifer Lawrence. Toto raised an eyebrow at the answer. It wasn't what he had expected, but it intrigued him. As the two of them continued to exchange blows, Toto began to imagine a completely different scenario in his mind. He envisioned a future where he and Yuji were allies, comrades who fought side by side. In his mind, they would sit together on a rooftop during break time, reading magazines and talking about their adventures. Toto even imagined a situation where he failed at confessing his feelings to someone, only for Yuji to console him with warm words of encouragement. The thought of such a bond brought a tear to Toto's eye. With a chuckle, Toto declared, Yuji, you're my brother now. You're my true comrade. But before Yuji...
What reflexes? I know I hesitated, but my counter didn't even scratch him.
I'm surrounded. Wait. Why does it feel like these guys... are actually trying to kill me? What the hell? Did Itadori and I just switch places?
Hey. Didn't I tell you I'd kill you if you interfered with me?
No, you didn't. You just said you'd kill us if we ordered you around. Was that switch Itadori's technique? Or was it Toto's?
Same thing. Now piss off!
He's retreating.
How lame.
Thank goodness!
Make sure you kill him.
I'd say all that depends on Itadori, and quit giving orders.
What's with these people? Trying to kill me and then arguing with each other about it?
It's lucky for you I'm not an inconsiderate type who'd ever hold back against his best friend in a fight.
This is why I said they ought to leave him be. We're off to a bad start. We We can't start hunting down cursed spirits without me scouting from the air either. Yeah, they're all just so annoying. But hang in there, me. You're the cutest one.
Go get her.
Mai, Mekamaru, go help Nishimiya. Right.
Yeah, we're in big trouble without our air cover.
Kama, is your team trying to kill Yuji Itadori?
Could respond, the scene changed again. Mai suddenly appeared, charging toward Yuji with an aggressive stance. Miwa, another student from Kyoto, quickly followed suit, joining the attack. As if on cue, the rest of the Kyoto team arrived, all preparing to attack Yuji simultaneously. The sheer number of enemies surrounding him made Yuji realize what was happening. They weren't just trying to defeat him, they were trying to kill him. In that moment, I realized that things were about to take a dangerous turn. Without hesitation, I used my mind swap technique with Noritoshi, telling him, "Anyone who dares to stand in my way, I'll kill them." Noritoshi, confused and surprised, didn't know what had just happened. He wasn't aware of Todo's techniques, and this sudden shift in strategy left him uncertain about how to proceed. The sudden change in the situation caused the Kyoto students to hesitate, unsure of how to respond. Todo, sensing the shift in the dynamics, realized that it was time to back off. The battle between Yuji and Todo had reached a stalemate, and neither side was willing to concede defeat. The Kyoto students reluctantly backed off, leaving Yuji to deal with Todo. Miguel, who had been observing the situation, found the turn of events amusing. Since the little girl, Miwa, no longer needed to intervene, the situation had become more intriguing for him. Dewey, on the other hand, couldn't quite understand what was going on. Why did these students want to kill Yuji, yet still argue among themselves? It was a puzzling situation that left him feeling confused. Meanwhile, the Big Bear Gang was
It's odd.
This is strange. All the Kyoto students are moving together. They're heading for where we left Yuji. It would seem unlikely that that's a coincidence.
Aren't they just headed towards the cursed spirit?
No way. Unless that special grade is extremely cunning, Demon Dog would have sensed it. You think? Could they be trying to kill Itadori?
What the hell? How can that be? It could be.
Kelp.
I didn't sense that level of hostility from them when they arrived. But that was before we found out Yuji was still alive. It is conceivable Principal Gaku Ganji would order this move.
So are the Kyoto students all such cowards they kill on someone's orders? That's pathetic.
You have to realize that they don't see Yuji the way you do. The two of you have spent day after day with him. We've just become familiar with him. He's a good person. I'd say he's happier than most sorcerers I've known. But still. For those who don't know anything about Yuji, just the fact that he's the vessel of Sukuna makes him an object of fear. So for them, killing him wouldn't feel any different than exercising a curse. Even for normal jujutsu sorcerers, that line can easily get blurred.
Megami, we're going back for him.
I'm sorry.
What are you apologizing for, dummy? If you let a friend die, winning or losing an event doesn't matter.
Yuji's not answering his phone anymore either. Nobara and I will head back to confirm that he's safe. As for you, Toge, you keep hunting the cursed spirit.
Bonito Flakes.
I know you're worried about Yuji too. But if my prediction here is correct, the Kyoto students' plan here is to use the chaos and confusion of this battle to assassinate Yuji. Their attempts will end as soon as the battle does.
Makes sense.
7.
I'm worried about Maki too. We won't let them kill Yuji, and we're gonna win this fight!
Copy that. Why don't you answer your phone, Fushikuro? So lame. Why didn't they give us wireless radios or at least Bluetooth earbuds?
I don't like those things. They're distracting. I get startled when calls come in.
So then you just take them off during combat.
That hurt.
Discussing the strange movements of the Kyoto students. The leader had sensed that the students had grouped together in a coordinated manner right after separating from Yuji. He surmised that they were planning to kill him, but at the same time, he didn't feel any hostility from them. This led him to believe that the Kyoto students were simply following orders from the principal. With this in mind, the leader assigned me to find the remaining curses, as stopping the competition would ensure that the killing would cease. Meanwhile, the leader and Nobara would check on Sukuna's safety, making sure that he wasn't in any danger. Megumi and Maki, aware of the situation, also decided to return and rescue Yuji. Maki believed that winning the competition wouldn't mean anything if their teammate died in the process. As the tension continued to rise, Momo, tasked with locating the remaining curses, flew above the forest, scanning for any signs of dark energy. Her mind was fully focused on the mission, but as she searched, she was suddenly startled by a bird attack from Megumi, followed by a swift strike from Maki. The surprise assault on the other students left Momo temporarily paralyzed, and she found herself frozen against a tree, her body unable to move. The Big Bear Gang and Nobara, still wandering through the forest, stumbled upon Momo in her incapacitated state. The electric shock from the bird attack had rendered her motionless, and Todo, who had been locked in combat with Yuji, was still not finished with him. Todo's strikes were relentless, but despite being wounded, Yuji wasn't backing down. It was clear that Todo found Yuji's tenacity but
So that's Fushiguro's new way, huh? Electrified wings. That's gonna limit my movement for a while.
Keep me out there in a tree. Come down and play.
How childish. That is not cute at all.
Come on. Are you guys planning to kill Itadori?
And if I said we were, what does it matter?
It would mean that you've all failed. Itadori could never be defeated in such a short time.
We've no reason to kill him.
Yes, you do. The major three clans and the higher-ups. What amazing toughness. He's actively using the landscape to his advantage as well. Huh? Where'd he go? He's also quick to set up his next move. And to top it off, he has such tremendous power. His raw strength is greater than mine despite his smaller body. Which is why his blows are still effective with so little cursed energy. And because there's so little of that, it's hard to read his movements. The way his cursed energy hits after a time lag. Oh, that's just... wrong!
Was that Todo yelling?
Yeah, it was.
Since he was up against Yuji, I'm starting to understand why you failed to finish him off. So, why'd you separate from Noritoshi? Is your technique a secret from your allies, too?
I am sorry about Itadori. Not to make excuses, but I'm really not like the others. Still, that doesn't mean I'm about to quit and just let you guys win this exchange event. You know that sorcerers advance in rank through a recommendation system, right? The exchange event has always been a big deal to sorcerers who don't have connections higher up the chain. Students who perform well here are granted many chances to advance while they're studying.
both frustrating and admirable. Without warning, Todo vanished, only to reappear a split second later, landing a devastating punch on Yuji. The sheer force of the blow made Todo shudder in awe at his comrade's strength. Toto was impressed, but I felt that Yuji's timing was off. The strike didn't land at the right moment, and I quickly intervened, telling Yuji that his timing was wrong. Toto, now enraged, yelled out in frustration, his voice echoing through the entire forest. When Toto's voice rang out, Maki vaguely realized the reason Yuji was still alive. She couldn't help but wonder why Miwa had separated from her team, as if she didn't want them to know her techniques. Miwa then apologized for what happened to Sukuna, explaining that she wasn't like the others. She just wanted to win the competition, as students who performed well would gain recognition and possibly be promoted by the teachers. Miwa's family was poor, with 2 younger siblings to take care of. She wanted to prove herself and become independent, earning enough money to support her family. Maki, moved by Miwa's sincerity, began to question whether someone so kind could really be allied with Mai. Now, Maki was ready to face Miwa in battle. Toto, still eyeing Yuji, commented on his technique, saying that it was too weak. If Yuji was satisfied with that weakness, he wouldn't be able to win. He asked Yuji if he was happy with his performance, and Yuji, without hesitation, rejected the idea of weakness. Toto, impressed by Yuji's response, realized that Yuji was indeed his true comrade.
By rule, though, the person in charge of a student can't recommend them. For instance, Gojo can't give Yuji Itadori a first-grade recommendation.
I want independence as soon as possible. That way I can earn some money.
Why?
Because I'm poor, and I'm the eldest.
Yeah, but how about you? How do you tolerate Mai? You seem too nice.
What? Yeah, I might be.
I won't hold back, you know.
That's not a problem. I didn't tell you all that to get your sympathy.
Listen, my friend, that time-lagged cursed energy blast? That is a bad habit you've developed.
Oh, you mean Divergent Fist? What the hell? Where's he going with this?
If you rely on just that one trick, you'll never defeat me! And if you're satisfied staying on that level, then sadly you and I can't possibly stay best friends. You okay with that?
I don't know. I don't care about that.
You're okay with staying weak?
Definitely not!
That's more like it. My new best friend!
Juju Stroll!
At minimum, someone who's stronger than I am.
Huh? What makes you think I'd answer that question?
I totally can't stand a UBSSD.
You guys know who Sebastian Stan is? His body is awesome. Well, of course I naturally have a thing for hot-looking guys just the same as any girl would. But in my mind, a guy has to be fun to hang out with. And then, the most important thing? Well, he should make you feel like he's the only one for you. Gosh, now I've gone and embarrassed myself.
Wait, I know. I can't remember. Hold on. You know, the girl who was nice? The nice girl. The girl who has the cool bangs? Yeah, you know her.
Nice.
Oh, Miwa!
Oh, yeah, that's her.
Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next one. Drop a comment too. I'd love to hear your thoughts and keep improving these reactions for you. See you next time.